Yo, what is up with this thing? Sorry about that, y'all. Didn't mean to show you my greenies back there. How you doing, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Happy, you know what? Screw Monday, man. Today was a day. And I know there's quite a few people who can agree with that. But welcome in, guys. It is Monday. Is it May 12th, 2025? Is it May already? How did I not realize this until just now? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've said May before. How did that happen, man? The year is like halfway over almost. Anyway, how y'all doing? What's up, Linux, Mama Goof? Mama Goof, congratulations on redeeming first. We had Indy Joe and Linux with the check-ins, so welcome in, guys. Hope y'all are doing well. I hate Mondays so much. Tuesday is actually my favorite day of the week because Tuesday is the longest time until the next Monday. Yeah, today was crazy. Today was especially crazy for Mama Goof. A lot of stuff going on today. Mine was just work garbage. What's up, Goose? Goose. Goose. The goose is loose, y'all. Goose was kind of drinking heavily on stream the other night. I may or may not have had anything to do with that. I refuse to admit my partaking in that event, as well as many others. But what's going on, guys? Song requests are on, as always. Get your song requests in. If you're not a subscriber, use your channel points. If you are a subscriber, !SR. And you don't have to use your channel points. You use your channel points for other stuff. It's available. But anyways, I don't know what I'm going to play today. I don't even know if I'm going to play anything, to be honest with you. I don't know if this is just going to be a just chatting stream and that's all we're going to do. I couldn't come up with anything. I'm kind of bored with Oblivion. I'm kind of bored with everything. You getting that where like you look at your games, like I have a lot of freaking games I could play. I have such a large library. Not to brag, it just really is that big. I've been told by many people. And I just do not know what to play, man. I just don't have any idea. Like Oblivion probably would have been good, but I've been kind of getting bored with it. I really need something that keeps me awake, man, because like I'm tired. And my stomach doesn't feel great. I got sick at lunch. I got sick after dinner. And I'm just not my stomach's kind of all over the place. I could have justified canceling tonight, but I'm like, man, I still want to stream though. So got some potential changes coming to the stream here soon. I'm not exactly sure what, but I'm really doing some evaluations of things. Not just with the stream, just life in general, I guess. And so trying to figure out how to just make things better, make things more aligned with, you know, what I believe in. And I know, yeah, I've talked a lot about changing up the content here on Twitch, specifically to more, you know, Christ-centric content. It just really hasn't happened yet. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why, but I won't play that game, but I don't exactly know where to go with it, I guess. And so I've got some ideas on things I'm probably going to be doing. So, and Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out in the channel and streaming here. I'm not going away or anything. I love streaming quite a bit, and it's a great thing to do. And I've met so many wonderful people on this platform that I just want to keep it going there. But oh man, I've had just been doing some thinking. It's very raw thinking right now. Got some changes coming up in my personal life here soon that all good things, of course. And really causing me to adjust the way that I'm thinking. Got an ad about to start too, guys, so it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy when you start thinking. Thinking is the worst, you know? But anyways, I don't know what even to talk about, man, because it's like there's just so many things. I even considered playing marbles on stream tonight, which would have, which would have been fun, but I don't usually play stuff like that. I know quite a few people that do. There's nothing wrong with it. I need to close out some stuff here on the streaming rig before it gets mad. Okay. Thought about Truck Sim tonight. I don't know about Truck Sim anymore, guys. I don't even know. I'm always gonna go back to Truck Sim, but right now it's in a weird spot with me. We could play Zelda on the Switch, or we could play anything on the Switch. Play anything on the computer too, for that matter, or the PlayStation. Thing is, I have so many games. There's got to be something out there that I want to play. This freaking fly, man. This guy is like, he's on my hand. He just fell off. He didn't even fly off. He fell off. I swear these flies around here on crack. I don't know what happened to my fly swatter. Oh, there it is. So, anyways, how was your day? Anything exciting happened today? Anything not exciting happening today? Anything awesome that you just can't keep to yourself? What's up, Outlaw? How was the appointment, dude? You went to that already, yeah? You got there 20 minutes early, all that stuff. Dude, hockey's going well though.
Yes. Now. It sounds like an answer. Did you understand? Red W. All I'm going to do is hurt like a yeah. I bet, dude. I bet. See, you were having some imagery or something the other day. I forgot what you said almost. Thanks for those bits that Red Devil. I sound like I should sound like Donald Trump right now. This is a huge day in the stock market. My stock was up. I'm really excited. It's been going up for like a couple weeks now. After
Colossal like Fallout. It only does it for like 5 minutes. Did we play another one or? Oh my gosh! Holy shit, my ears! What's up, Snazzy? How you doing? How does it sound? Does it sound really bad? This is supposed to be an AI generated one. Am I? How about that one, huh? It's all crackly, really? You start the audio engine a second time. It was pretty bad at first. It started getting better to the yeah. I don't know, man, because voice mod's been doing that because it did in Discord the other day. Red Devil, thanks for those bits, man. I appreciate it. I don't feel like that was actually long enough to justify the bits, so I'm like over here.
At least make a supposed to be Trump. I don't even know how to impersonate Trump, so I don't know how it's supposed to work. Huge. I can say huge over and over again. That was the billions and billions. Billions and billions. China. What's up, snowpackers? Tariffs. Executive orders. It was great. Great it was. Great it was. What was it great? China. It's China. America. The greatest country in the world. We destroy China with tariffs and Chicago style deep dish pizza. Because it's the greatest thing that ever exists. Dude, this fly. I swear there were no flies over here, and I started streaming this fly. This thing's crappy. It'd be so epic. I don't know why it's so crappy though. I think it might be voice meter. This is what the, that sounds like it. I don't know why I need it. So I gotta listen to myself here. I need like a Trump face. I think that's what I need. Let's have Mickey Kids. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Raiders. I peeked over at Nikki's stream before I went live to see what she was up to. I know. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Somebody paid for this. What's up, Dr. Groove? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. That is not the goof I expected to hear. She fixes that. You know what also fixes that, Dr. Groove? Terrorists. Terrorists who fix that. And I'm extremely rich, by the way. I don't know if you've heard that from somebody else. It's true. I like having a lot of money. It's awesome. And I owe a lot of people money, and I file bankruptcy all the time, and I still have a lot of money. And Canada is going to be the 51st state of the United States, by the way. But I don't know if we're going to make Canada the 51st state or not, because do they really deserve it? I mean, they can't even win a Stanley Cup. If you can't win a Stanley, if you can't even win your own cup, do you deserve to be part of America? I know the Maple Leafs are looking kind of good. But they were. And they were up 2-0. I don't even know if the Leafs do suck. 100%. The Stars and Miko. It's not even the Stars, it's Miko. Is like the whole team now. You just take over.
I think at this point I've like justified that enough, right? We got your 50 bits worth there, Red Devil. I think we're good. Nikki, how you doing? How was your stream? You're playing. It shows you were playing fast. When I went in there, you were just kind of chilling. I wasn't sure what you were doing. I thought it's 14 straight, yeah, and like 15 of the last 16 or something. Like, and that's crazy because it's not like we were trash during the regular season when we didn't have Miko. And if anything, when we did have Miko in the regular season, we were trash. We had that kind of epic collapse there at the end of the season. We could have took the President's Trophy, but we didn't because we. But I mean, at this point, though, isn't the President's Trophy kind of a curse? You know? Yeah, Harley's good. Harley's a defenseman that, like, sometimes I wonder if he knows he's a defenseman. F the Caps. I don't know how I feel about the Caps, to be honest with you. I don't like the Canes either. I don't know. I just know that, like, I don't want really anybody to win except for Dallas. Like, if Dallas is out, then I'm just done watching hockey for the year. Like, we went into the playoffs this year, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, I'm obviously for Dallas, but and then I was like, well, you know, if you know, I got my buddy Snazzy up there who's a Montreal fan. I guess if Dallas can't win it, then maybe Montreal can, and then y'all were just quick out. I don't like Edmonton that much either. I don't know why. I think it's because the tough series that they played us like the last few years or whatever. I've just gotten a little disdain for both them and Vegas. Like the Jet, we're playing the Jets, and like the Jets, like I don't even care about the Jets. They're like, I don't know. I mean, whether it's the NHL or the NFL, the Jets usually stink, right? But they're very good. We were the youngest team to ever make the playoffs, so be more confident in a few years. Yeah, I thought y'all were gonna make a run at it this year. Honestly, with the I mean, because those fresh legs, man, can go a long way against the. But I mean, I don't know, man. Hockey's such a good sport, though. I think there's a lot of people. I mean, I think it's grown in popularity in the United States quite a bit, but there's so many people that just write it off. Like it's not even a sport or anything, and it's like I know it's a Canadian sport, but I feel like it's got so much grit to it, right? Toughness. I mean, I like football. Football is my absolute favorite sport. American football. Hockey's a pretty close. I don't know, man. I like baseball a lot too. I've probably gotten more into hockey than baseball, though. I like baseball because you could go to a baseball game with somebody and you can like have a conversation and not really miss anything. That's the beauty about baseball. Yeah, I don't think I think football. I guess if you played football, I guess it's even more of a thing. Yeah, I don't really like. I don't watch UFC because I don't really like. I used to watch boxing when I was a kid, but I've never been able to get into like UFC stuff. And I watched like WW or WCW wrestling back when that was a thing. I love watching football. I love watching football quite a bit. But like hockey doesn't make a lot of sense to me why I like it so much. Cuz I mean I did play like street hockey, right? I never played ice hockey. I couldn't skate for I mean I can't skate for crap. I definitely can't now since I have a freaking knee full of arthritis. Which really sucks, by the way. Getting old stinks, but at the same time, getting old is not, you know, Not everybody gets to get old. There's it's not a blessing that is awarded to everyone. So I have to keep that in mind too, right? There's so many people that die young that don't ever get to experience some of these things. So I'm doing my best to be grateful in spite of the things that just aren't very fun to deal with. Like these flies, this fly that will not stop landing on my freaking head. I literally just showered like 3 hours ago. I cleaned myself all off with soap. And he's like sticking to my head. He's literally just, it's because of these lights, honestly. Say thank you. Those super kind words are a ton. That was amazing of you. Dude, I mean, I don't know why you're thanking me, man. I'm just saying it how it is. I mean, you're an awesome dude, man. I appreciate your streams and your community. There's a reason you have the awesome community that you have. That's not by accident. And I'm just glad to at least feel like I'm a part of it. I don't know if I'm actually a part of it or not, but everybody there's so welcoming and nice. It's really pretty awesome what you have going on there. Don't ever I mean, that's all you though, man. I mean, you're the one that's kind of pulling these people together. A very unique group of people that are very caring and very kind, and it's really, your community is really a reflection of you as a person, and I'm just glad to know you, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Snazzy, have you been streaming lately? I don't even know if I've seen you stream lately. Have you been just too busy or something? It seemed like you were streaming there for a minute. I fell off the old wagon again. I hear you. I'm struggling with that, man, because I love to stream. Streaming is such a good time. But the problem I have with it right now is like I'm just so bored of everything. And like when I'm bored of everything, it's one thing when I'm not streaming to hop from game to game like every 5 minutes trying to figure it out until I find something to play. It's much harder to do that with an audience. It's almost like you kind of have to have your crap together or it's just not going to work. Having difficult, yeah, I think it's just a thing. And there's some good games that are out there. I just don't feel like playing them. Like Trucks, I don't even remember the last time I did Truck Sim. It's been a couple of weeks at least, and that was a really fun stream. But the only reason it was as fun as it was is because it was with people, and those people aren't necessarily always available when I'm streaming. So it's a thing. Now, I used to play a lot of Truck Sim off stream, and I don't do that anymore either. So I just legit have not been playing it. And I absolutely effing love that game. Mainly because of my family history and my childhood and all that stuff. But some unique details. But I thought about playing Supermarket Simulator, but I feel like with that game and like the Supercar Simulator and TCG Sim and all those games like that, I don't know. And this is how I look at it. I might be wrong. You could tell me if I'm wrong, but when I like peek at my VODs of those games, I feel like I would be bored watching this. And the first thing that I feel my first duty here is just to try to at least try to be entertaining. Once I open them, usually fun, but I always look and be like, nah. Like you said, the games are more fun with people. Yeah, and people aren't always available. And I mean, it's not even like it's just people. Sometimes it's the right people. You have games that you prefer to play certain things, certain. You have certain games you want to play with certain people because you have the most fun at them. but they're not always available, and sometimes it's more than one person. Sometimes you want a group together, and it's so hard, especially when everybody's working, everybody's being adults and everything else. What a game I can main and what I'm playing before I even get online. Last time I had that was Tarkov. Yeah. Tarkov, I've played Tarkov like 3 times, and I had bought the EOD and all that stuff, and I have not played that game. But that's another one that I think would be very hard for me to stream because, like, I don't know. You have to like listen. You have to be very attentive to the game, and you can't really. I mean, some people are really good at it. Honestly, some people do this, and I don't know how they do it, and they're still able to have chat conversations. Yeah, and then there's the cheaters thing. Honestly, I was really close to getting into Tarkov. I was I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna do these quests. I'm gonna figure out this vendor thing, and I'm gonna play it because it seems like it's the kind of game I should like. And then I hear actually about a community member of an old community that I'm still a part of, obviously, that was kicked out of the community because he was busted cheating, and he was doing it on stream like a not smart person. And it's like, and then this person was let back in the community again, I guess. And yeah. Yeah, honestly. I mean, I think the PV the PVE probably helped with that some or quite a bit. Hey, look, Outlaw, it's your song. And honestly, the PVE was really attractive to get into, but and I've wanted to play Star Citizen, but it's like Star Citizen, it's like I don't if I invest time into it, I feel like it's a waste until the game is actually released because of the wipes and just the crap. And I love that game. I love the crap out of Star Citizen. I haven't played in forever. It's not even the same game now, from what I've seen. Yeah, and that's true too. That's very true too. Like, I don't really care personally about PvE versus PvP in that sense because I just like to play the game. And to me, it's all like a simulation. But when people are cheating, it's like, I don't know, man. People ruin stuff and it's just crazy. It's kind of like when I played Valheim. When we first played Valheim, I got a hold of the console and I cheated my butt off to build stuff and progress through the game very quickly. And I regret the crap out of that. I ruined Valheim for myself. To this day, I've ruined Valheim for myself, and it stinks. Feeling you get when you wipe a squad you had no business beating was the ultimate. Well, then they just assume you were cheating anyway. But as long as you know, I guess that feeling, you still get that feeling. Dude, Metallica is so good. I love Metallica. The fact that they're still together. The fact that I don't personally think they ever made any shitty music, no matter who was on bass. I mean, I love Metallica from the beginning to the end. I'm not as into Metallica as I used to be. But Metallica is like one of those. They'll always just have a place in my ear for sure. I always have that soft spot for shooters since game battle matches back in COD. See, I even thought about playing Black Ops 6 tonight. Because I have fun. I have fun. I have fun doing that. I suck at it. I don't get very many kills. I get killed. You know, I probably have a negative 50 to 60 kill death ratio thing in Majigger. To me, it's always been sweaty. It's just what level of sweaty is okay with you. At some point, the sweatiness changed. I haven't thought about playing Minecraft of all things, or Fortnite. I don't even know if my Fortnite's updated though. I did enjoy Fortnite. SBMM. The hell is SBMM? I'm sure you're gonna tell me what it is. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. For some reason, it's the brain's not braining with it. First time dominate shit, and then I have to fight gods forever. Oh, skill based maps, yeah. Well, and that's what I think that's why people will party up with me half the time is because it lowers the matchmaking or something. I don't know if specifically in COD, but in some games, like we were doing that in NCAA football, where I had to be the coach or whatever because it did the matchmaking based off of me, and so we just got to play scrubs basically, and we still lost. That's the funny part of it. That was the funny part about that is we still lost because, well, I mean because I'm that low level for a reason, you know. I seen a thing today saying people who teabag people can be banned now. Why? Like, I just want to know what their explanation is. I mean, if you don't want to be teabagged, don't lose. That's simple. If you're bowling, it's not bowling. Bowling is like showing up at somebody's house and flushing their head down the toilet. I mean, or, you know, actually affecting their life. Just beating them in a video game is not bowling. People have gotten so damn sensitive. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's the problem I have with bowling now is because everybody wants to call everything bowling, even if it's not bowling. It's like pathetic, man. Things are losing their meaning and value because people are just they're just soft, man. I mean, I get pissed off when somebody talks crap to me, you know? Don't get me wrong, I get pissed off about it, and maybe that makes me, you know, play them a little harder in the next match or whatever. But I'm, you know, not out here trying to. I mean, it's just soft, man. I mean, I admit there's a line, right? I admit there's a line that you don't cross on certain things, but it's like there's not really a line anymore because it's all considered one thing, and there's no. It's just I don't know, man. It's ruined a lot of things. Probably has a lot to do with why we're sitting here. No idea what the hell to play, Snazzy, ever. Is because even if you do well at it, you're going to be bullying just because you were better. Because it's come to that. It really has come to that. It seems like. I mean, teabagging's been around since what? That was a Halo thing originally, wasn't it? You said doo doo. I do doo doo. I said doo 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 doo. Dude, doo doo doo. You got teabagged. What's up, Chucky? No, I didn't get teabagged. Not this time. You're not a game. If you've never been teabagged before, you are not a gamer. everybody's been teabagged if you're a gamer. Or at least a shooter gamer, I guess you could say. Because I didn't play shooters for a long time. I just didn't like them. I think the first shooter I got into was Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare. And I was hooked on that game when I got it. I did teabagging a while. Yeah, I could in-game teabagging in Call of Duty more seriously, as some claim is. It's not sexual. What the? My gosh, man! It's no. They need to change their. It's no longer Activision. It's Activist Vision. Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. I should not take the Lord's name in vain. But seriously. Exactly, Chucky. Jesus Christ loves you. Don't care who you are. We all love you. Jesus loves you. All the time. Activist vision. Look, I'm proud of that. Okay, I thought that was pretty good. Activist vision, no longer Activision, it's activist vision. Diddy, I don't know what they mean. Like P Diddy, the whole, because he was like he had his P Diddy parties where they were like doing sexual stuff with children and garbage like that. I mean, oh, that's so they've attached the label to something. I mean, it's become so bad you can't even kill somebody in a video game anymore without. I mean, seriously, it sounds like if you win the game, if you win, it's a bannable offense just to win. I mean, next thing you know, they're going to put Santa Claus on Ozempic. They're going to get rabies shots to the Easter Bunny. It's all over for us. It's really all over for us. What? What are you laughing at, Outlaw? Yeah, remember. Wait, which part? I want your feedback. Santa on Ozempic. Yeah, I mean, well, the first thing I came up with was I forgot where I heard the rabies shots for the Easter Bunny, but I needed something to go with that, so Santa on Ozempic was what I went with. You see, it behind someone now, you can grab them and it lets you game chat, so people start trolling hard and moaning to them. So they're gonna ban you for that, but the game developer is the one that's designed the game to allow you to do that. Like you're not doing anything in the game that they didn't design into the game. You know? I mean they could design the game to where you can't teabag people. But instead of doing that, which is the real developer responsible thing to do, if it really bothers them that much, they're going to go ban you from their game after they've gotten your money. Maybe that's it. Maybe they know if they take that out of the game, people won't buy the game. So if we just get them to buy the game first and then ban them after they do it, then we still get profit. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Dude, my nose is itching. Mute real quick so I can Yeah, or just change the name of it. Like, take advantage of it and call it like friend bagging. And like when you do it, just have it like pop up in text above your head or something. Friend bagging. Oh, Mama Goof is sending me some reels. I'm gonna have to get caught back up later. I just got caught up. I feel like, but she didn't. She's busy as hell today. I could always tell she's busy because I won't get a lot. Yeah, and then that too, Snazzy. It's called adult homework. I mean, she sends me stuff. I send her stuff. It's like it's become our love language. It really has. Not reels, reels, real reels, really reels. Well, they're at least attachments. You're sending me something. I don't know what it is because like on my watch, it just says you sent me something. It doesn't tell me what it is. And I think it's wonderful that people do that, Snazzy. I mean, the major list. So maybe I need to take a look at this, huh? Let's see here. Oh, houses. Houses. Do you listen to any podcasts? I do not listen to podcasts. I listen to reels and clips of podcasts. But every time I've ever tried to listen to an actual podcast, I get bored. My brain is not stimulated enough. And I just can't go through it. Now, Outlaw brings up a very important point. Okay? Outlaw and his buddy V, who's also, I like to say my buddy V, all of our buddies V, has a podcast that they started. They're like 5 episodes in. And I am a terrible friend. I am a shit of a friend because I have not listened to a single one of them. And every time I have a chance to, I do something else and I don't know why. So, yeah, but when I'm at work, so I just, yeah, I mean, I sit here during the day when I'm working and I watch streams. And I'm supposed to message Dr. Groove the other day and ask him a question. I forgot to do it. And I still owe him the question. It is the same idea generally. The problem I have with doing that, my nature of work, Snazzy, is like if I have to break mentally from the content, like a podcast would keep on going and I would lose track of what was going on. I do that in streams all the time, but like in streams, I can just pop back in and be part of the conversation again. Dude, I'm gonna go crash soon. It's not like an urgent thing or anything. It's a curiosity thing. So, I mean, I'll get to it for sure. I'll probably do it later tonight. This is a good song. I really like this song. So like if I'm listening to a podcast, I have to, I'm oftentimes I'm coding things or I'm doing something with identity or fixing something within the HR systems or something. And it's like I have to completely be able to mentally detach on a whim with the content still going and still be able to pick it up later. I don't feel like I could do that on a podcast. I think I would lose too much context. Yeah, I'm my mind is my job, if you will. So I don't, you know, I miss like doing manual labor. For one thing, I miss when my body could actually handle manual labor. It can't now because of arthritis, which I have really bad my shoulder and my leg. For CT, not CT scan, but X-ray and MRI. And honestly, I wouldn't say I'm struggling with it. I think I am struggling with it, probably more than I realize. Because it's like suddenly there's just things you cannot do anymore that you really wish you can do. So we're all gonna go through it at one point. I think I mean, when you start getting older, things just start getting taken away from you, and it's just part of life. But the important thing is, and what I keep trying to tell myself is, I still have to be very appreciative of the things I do have, and not focus so much on the things that are being taken away. It's very hard to do. It's a very hard mindset to get into, especially when you've naturally been like a negative person your whole life. But it is what it is. I don't even know how I got off into that whole tangent, but I did. No more houses tonight. I'm crashing. I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. I'm probably not staying up tonight like I usually do. I'm very tired. I want to definitely message Dr. Groove because I owe him that from a few nights ago. Yeah, we're looking to move out of the city. And we originally were going in one direction. Then we realized how far away it was and how much of a hassle it was going to be to do it. So now we've went a different direction, like physically direction. And honestly, for me, I'm most of you know I'm a Christian, and I have no shame in saying that. And I do believe that the Holy Spirit guides us, and I feel like that's what's happening, is we're just being guided to where our destiny is. And so, because I feel so much more relieved and excited at where we're looking now than where we were before, that it's very uncanny, to be honest with you. Texas is pretty awesome. So the first time we were looking at moving to South Texas. Um Now we're looking at potentially moving to Oklahoma, because our kid is going to be homeschooling, and Oklahoma is the only state in the union that has a constitutional amendment that guarantees and protects homeschooling. Texas is a very homeschool friendly state too, but Oklahoma is like, you know, committed, right? They're like super committed to it. And so, and it's not even very far from where we live now, but we can get so much more land because we want land. We want to do some stuff that you have to have land to do, and a pretty decent sized house. What's up, Brian? How you doing, buddy? And so that's kind of where we're at. The house prices in Dallas, in the Dallas area, have skyrocketed so much that it's really priced us out of the market of living here, even if we wanted to. And also, that's another point Mama Goof brings up there, is it puts us in a place to where, like, we would have moved to where we were before. We would have been like 8 to 10 hours from one kid and like 5 hours from the other. Where this actually puts us almost right in the middle, maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours tops between the two. And so, yeah, but we were looking at one place. It was like a 2,000 square foot. It is a mobile home on like 5 acres of land, and it was like 230. And just stuff like that. There's a lot of good where we're looking. There's a lot of good stuff. The only one of the downsides about going to Oklahoma is that they do have a state income tax. We don't have that in Texas. They do have some taxes on groceries. We don't have taxes on groceries in Texas. They removed part of their taxes on groceries a year back, like the state portion of it, but the cities still charge sales tax on groceries, so it's not. They like kind of cut it in half, really. But the cost of living there is really low. We're gonna be so because I work from home. Mama Goof is gonna be working from home. We're gonna be homeschooling. We can't exactly just move out in the middle of the country. So in order to get decent internet and stuff, so we're actually looking at like some land at the edge of some small towns, basically. Starlink is expensive as crap, though. And honestly, I couldn't do my job with Starlink. It's not a consistent enough connection. I've already been specifically told by my job that I can't work using Starlink because it's just not consistent enough. My PC just blue screen for no reason. The hope is someday, if we get some land, that rather than having to work from home, we'll just start turning over a couple of fields with some cash crops, and I'll work from field. And basically, your boy Goofball is going to become Farmer Goof. IRL. I don't know how feasible that's going to be. It's just kind of a, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a pipe dream, but it's like a kind of a possible pipe dream. I have to obviously have a lot of thing. I obviously have a lot to learn, but I'm like, man, why not? Even if I still have to work, maybe make a little bit more money on some cash crops or whatever. I mean, maybe. I wouldn't mind doing IRL farming streams. I've watched those on Twitch. Sometimes they're the only things on during the day, and they're super chill. We want to get some chickens, maybe some goats. Our biggest thing, like one of our biggest things right now is our health, man. Because I told you some of my health problems, and that's like just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, you guys know about the eye thing that happened. And yeah, I got the arthritis thing setting in. I gotta get a colonoscopy. That's a routine thing, but I still gotta do it. The butt cam, as I like to call it. Actually, 100%. I legit asked the colonoscopy guy this when I went to my. I may have mentioned this on stream before when I went to my consult because the diabetes and stuff. I have to do a consult first. They won't just take me in and shove it up my butt. I legit asked. I asked him if I could stream it on Twitch, and he was like, "Nobody's ever asked me that before." he's like cracking up because he was a younger guy too, so he knew very well what I was talking about, right? But yeah, he was like, "Nobody's ever said that before." I was like, "Yeah, pretty much. If if it doesn't need to be said, I'll probably be the guy saying it right here." Wasn't there like a colonoscopy simulator or something? I think it was just a meme. I don't think it was an actual game, but they had like the controller was like a fake ass with like you have the gloves and stuff. I don't know. I know I did mention it, but it has been a while since I mentioned it, so it's freaking hilarious. I tried red light therapy. I don't even know what that is. I mean, my issue with my eyes is that my eye is literally just damaged from blood vessel explosions and all that. And so they've cut into my eye twice now, and the 2 surgeries, which has caused the cataract to accelerate. And so now I have to have cataract surgery on the one eye. And they're telling me I have to get glasses. I mean, you have to understand, I had perfect vision before this. And generally my left eye, and Mama Goof can attest to this because she's been there, when they make you read the letters or whatever, I forget what they call it. We're like, I could go pretty deep on the thing. I mean, left eye is solid, but I'm right eye dominant. That's kind of the problem. Like right now, everything just looks like it's floating. And I'm just, I've been wearing the eye patch less and less to just get used to it, but it's still like all floating. My computer is not blue screen in a while. It's just randomly blue screens now. Red light therapy. Doing involves extinguished red light directed to the target area of the skin. So it accelerates healing, skin rejuvenation. But it says it's used for skin. It's not used for your eyes. See, pause on saying they were needing reading glasses from getting old, and it reverses it for them. I mean, your situation is unique, but it could be worth at least looking into. It's an emergent thing. Red light therapy is an emerging treatment that's showing promise in treating wrinkles, redness, acne, scars, and other signs of aging. That can't be what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't have degeneration. I had an event. Basically, they believe that I had some sort of blood pressure event in my eye that basically exploded my retina away from my eye. So mine's not degeneration at all. Mine was an event. Everybody has degeneration. But like Donnie Theory has degeneration. I haven't talked to him in forever, but he may actually know more about the red light thing than I do. But yeah. Let me specifically say for eye treatment. I feel like the first thing it says for removing bags under the eyes. Yeah, I mean, that could potentially improve vision in some cases. This is very, very low success rate, though. Yeah, it's worth asking about. I have my next appointment with the retina specialist. Then I have a regular eye doctor I got to go see that they gave me the name of. It's supposed to be doing the cataract also. No, it's not a disease specifically in the eye. It's like literally damaged the eye. There's nothing wrong with the eye. The problem was blood pressure actually in the eye. Really, blood pressure in my whole body. And combined with diabetes, type 2 diabetes specifically. Because like you have tiny blood vessels in your eyeball. When you have type 2 diabetes, your blood is thicker. So those tiny blood vessels don't get serviced all the time because you just can't get blood in there. And so sometimes when that happens, it just gets irritated. And what happened in this case is it got irritated, it expanded and it pushed the retina away. And so what they had to do with the surgery is they had to cut in, and she had to go in and reattach the retina, because the retina is basically a data piece. The retina is the piece, the layer, and it's only over a small portion of your eye that takes the signal from your eyeball and it converts it into a signal that your brain can understand. And when it's detached, it's not getting data, basically. Yeah, if you remember, this includes people with forms of age later generated. So, but the thing that was crazy about mine is at first, because I had bled so much in the eye when I first went in, and they took these super high resolution photos of my eye. It was crazy what you could see in there, but they couldn't see past that blood, so they couldn't see what was going on. And so they just assumed, because I had like 4 other retina tears that they were able to fix with laser by basically like reshaping the cornea or whatever they do. And so they did that day. And two of those tears were over blood vessels. So they thought maybe that's what happened. And maybe I just need to let my eye dry out from the blood and then they could see in. Well, and she's like, if we do that, you have to come back in like every week. And we have to look into the eye and see. So we did that. I came in every week. And, nothing changed. And she finally got to the point where she's like, look, it's been almost 2 months. We still can't see in your eye. We got to go in and see what's going on. They didn't know there was a detachment or anything because they couldn't see. And nothing, even when they did the ultrasound on it and all the photos and everything, they couldn't see a detachment. He gets in there. It's a 45-minute discovery-based surgery, and they find the detached retina, and it was so shallow to the eye still that none of those scans could pick it up because it didn't look detached, but it was. Turned into more than 3 hours. I had to be awake that whole surgery. That was, I wouldn't say it was hell. It was definitely an experience that I would not recommend to my fellow man if you can avoid it. I prayed a lot. I prayed almost the whole time. The reason you have to be awake is like if they're using like cutter lasers, and if you cough or anything while they're using those, you have to let them know so they could like stop for a second and let you cough or whatever. So they did that. And yeah. She reattached the retina. My eye was absolutely red AF. See, they never even told me to wear the eye patch. The eye patch was completely me because I'm like, I have double vision. I'm getting like vertigo really bad. I'm just going to cover the eye because I'm right eye dominant. It's constantly trying to take over. Like I turn the lights off in my living room and I try to just, see off a little bit of light. It is the freakiest thing ever because it'll sit there and go back and forth between clear because my left eye is good and my right eye will take over and everything goes just absolute blur. And it just keeps going back and forth and it's super rapid when it does that. So it's either I got to turn on the lights. Once I turn on the lights, it recalibrates and my eyes like, okay, I got to use the lefty. Or I got to put on the eye patch. I don't drive without the eye patch because I still have like these dots in my vision that actually look like flies flying around. If I'm being honest about it. And I don't want to, I don't want to think that's like a car or something and slam on my brakes or do something stupid, right? However, stem cell research has led to techniques to restore vision in animals and to grow new healthy lenses in humans. Yeah, I mean, but isn't the thing of stem cells, you had to have had you can't just collect stem cells after the injury because, it's kind of messed up now, right? I know they could do a lot of stuff with stem cells. Some of it's like borderline just crazy. And I always, you know, humans aren't known to be the best ethnical creatures, obviously, by some of the crap we've done. So I don't know. Some of it feels very mad scientist to me. And I just don't know. Don't they take like stem cells when you're born or whatever? Which I mean, I don't even think that was around when I was born. If it was not very famous, or at least I didn't know about it. I don't think they could anyway, because I was born pretty, you know, let's just put it this way. We weren't like, you don't need your own. So how am I supposed to grow my own? Yeah, when we went to Philadelphia, she had to drive in Philly. And they give you them. Now how does it match up? Like in that case, it's like transplants, right? There's always a chance your body just rejects it. And in some cases, I could see that potentially causing a worse situation. I mean, I'm no expert. Don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. And I'm always like devil's advocate. I'm always kind of thinking. If you're the guy that's inventing the airplane. I'm the guy inventing the parachute. That's kind of crazy that they can even do that. Yeah, we got ads. I wish you could turn off ads for like VIPs and especially for moderators, because moderators need to receive instruction from the streamers from time to time. If they're in the ad, they won't get it. I think you should have the option to turn off ads for moderators for that reason alone. I'm getting pretty tired. I feel like if I went to sleep right now though, I would like fall asleep for like I would wake up at like 3 in the morning, and I would be even more screwed than if I just stayed up. I might watch some TV shows or something. I don't know. Maybe listen to Outlaws podcast finally. Welcome back, Snazzy. You should be back now. But yeah. I was just saying that I'm getting pretty tired. This may be another reason I just decided not to game. Like subconsciously, as I knew that I'm just too tired to really focus on anything. But I don't doubt it. I mean, Texas is pretty technology forward when it comes down to it. So the Stem Cell Institute of Texas, San Antonio. Principal Stem Cell and Therapy and Wellness Institute. That's like not far from me. There's a few of them. North Texas Musculoskeletal Medicine, Regenerative Medicine. Pretty damn expensive too. It's not, and stream's not really exhausting me though. I'm actually having a good time here just chatting with y'all. But like, I think I just started out tired. See, Ways to Well, just that name, like, just that name alone bothers me because it's like, anytime you hear a name that's like too fluffy like that, it's usually you find out like 10 years later or whatever that they were just shady as hell. I'll be honest with you, I have a general mistrust of the medical industry, the healthcare industry. And I have some very good examples of exactly why. Yeah, fluid, placenta, umbilical, and other materials are typically overlooked in the culture healthy. There's stuff that says it's only available in Austin, Texas, and Houston, Texas, which I am in neither. I mean, they serve a lot of states in the U.S. It's like the eye stuff. I mean, I knew that they could like detect the potential for cancer in stem cell from stem cells. I think I heard about that a long time ago. $3,000 for the or $2,259 for their cancer detection tests. I'm curious to know how exactly accurate they can guarantee that to be for that amount of money. There's some cars I've heard about since I just wanted to see if it was worth looking into for you. I mean, I doubt my insurance covers any of this, and that's, you know, that's a whole nother thing. My insurance actually covers a lot too. But I think most of this stuff would still be potentially considered experimental in nature. And Ways to Well seems like they work in non-invasive cell therapy, which I think I'm beyond potential for that working. It's pretty interesting stuff, though. Yeah, and I like a lot of the Rogan. I don't watch the podcast, but I watch a lot of clips of Joe's podcast. I've just never been able to really listen. I don't really see. I think if I had like a commute to work that was like, because my mom listens to a lot of podcasts, and it's mainly because she's in the car for like an hour commuting to and from work, and that's when she listens to them on Spotify. But yeah, I listened to that guy that Dana White's guy, the nutritionist, no, the human biologist guy. I can't think of his name. I listen to a lot of his stuff too. Um, yeah, Gary Brecka, exactly. I listen to a lot of his stuff, and he makes a lot of sense to me. And it's mainly because some of the things that he's saying I've lived, I guess. And I've seen firsthand the examples of when things like go the wrong way enough to try the right way and see it actually like have an impact. What's up, Gunpowder? Bestie, how you doing? Dude, this fly. Fuck this fly right now. Dude just flew into my freaking eyeball. Yeah, I mean he basically, dude, seriously, what the actual, like, I can sit here and these things don't fuck with me all day, and then I start streaming or I get on a video call and they're like all in my shit. Sorry, I bitch about these things every damn stream. Well, I almost smacked myself because, dude, I tell you what, I had like my freaking Karate Kid moment earlier because one of these bastards was just flying in front of my face, and I literally just caught I caught him with my hand, and I freaking smushed him. That's embarrassing to me though. When we move out of this house, whatever's wrong with this house, there's a fly. There's something, because we've done like everything at this point. I'm about to do some deep cleaning of like the kitchen area to just make sure we didn't miss something. We have freaking ants now too. I can almost guarantee you that either my child or my dogs have drugged something so disgusting into a corner of a cabinet or a corner somewhere that these fucking little drone bastards that keep flying in my face are living off of. And when I find that thing, I'm probably going to vomit profusively before I put it outside in the fire pit and set the damn thing on fire. And watch it burn with crazy eyes, man. Crazy eyes. Okay? Jeez. I just hit myself. Okay? I feel like I would smell it though. You know? We thought about the animal in maybe the attic, because we can't even get into our attic. And then there's the wall thing. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but I'm like, I feel like we would have smelt it by now and been able to kind of pinpoint it. Because this has been a while, man. And we got the potatoes. We had the potatoes in the pantry. They were dug back in the pantry that had been there since at least October, rotting away. We got rid of those, and I was like, that had to have been it. I was so sure that was it. Motherfucker. And see, these things are making me curse too. Why do you have outlaw? 2 bags of outlaw. Damn it. One of the old show. I mean, if there were no ramifications for doing so, I would just set this damn house on fire to get rid of these things. But down in the cat. He's right in. I can't even read chat right now because there's a fly on chat. I think I got him. No wonder they went rotten. I know. But I thought when we got rid of those potatoes, but it's like, what I'm discovering is something caused the flies. And then we had so many other things that would normally at least cause flies that now we're finding, because the initial thing caused the flies. And now we're finding all the other things that could also cause the flies. And we're finding them like one at a time. And eventually, the hope is eventually that we're going to move out of the house. They're in 2 locations. They're in our kitchen and they're in our bathroom. But I think they could be caused by a plumbing problem. But since we rent is not necessarily our problem, but getting our landlords to do something about it might be a different story. Because we have had plumbing issues in this house where the whole sewer line had to be replaced. And that was a while ago, and that was expensive as AF. Okay. And I was very thankful at the time that I did not own this place because it was crazy as we found the potatoes and I threw the potatoes away and like the flies like dissipated. We like didn't have flies for a day and then they're back. It's going to take more than a day. We've been deep cleaning and we've thrown away so much nasty crap that we found. And it's like, I don't know, man. Or I'm going to deep clean the kitchen here. I'm going to try to do it this weekend, but with the arthritis in my knee and my shoulder, makes like deep cleaning a painful endeavor, if you will. But I mean, we got to do it. Got to clean behind everything, you know, pull the stove out, pull the fridge out, all that kind of stuff. Because God knows what's underneath there. We've had the city out before checking for leaks, and they didn't find anything. We had foundation work done last year, year before, that busted some plumbing that had to be repaired. You know, I don't know if it's something left over from that didn't get fixed or something, or it was like it wasn't a bad problem, but it's steadily gotten worse. You know. But yeah, I don't even like talking about this with y'all. It's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to be on a call with your boss and you're sitting there flicking at flies and crap. And just the fact that you're trying to work and sit here and see, I'm like, I don't like talking about it. I'm sitting here still talking about it. What the hell's wrong with me? How's Iowa, bestie? How's Iowa doing today? How do you live? Do you live close to a Taco John's? Iowa's hot today. I broke and turned my air on. I tried a Taco John's like back in like 2017 in Des Moines, Iowa. First time I'd ever tried Taco John's. And dude, I was like, this place is from up north. There's no way it's any good. But I heard a lot about it, so I wanted to give it a shot, you know. And we stopped and ate there. And it's been what? It's 2015 or 2025, and that was like 2017 ish. And I want to go back so bad. It was so freaking good. The potato oles. Ole! Oh, you fucking fly, man. Sometimes I wonder if the fly is like trying to sleep and he's like just trying to tell me to shut the fuck up. Maybe I'm the pest here. What do you think about that? Maybe I'm the pest. It's a better story than you getting pissed. That's true. I've never been smacked in the head so many times by myself. Used to be super good back and not a huge fan of it anymore. Taco Bell is my favorite now. Maybe at some point I'll just smack my head so many times this fly's like, dude, this guy's crazy. We gotta get out of here. And they'll just leave. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the maybe that's how I exterminate these punks. I've thought about calling an exterminator, but I don't really want to spend the money yet. He's gonna walk in here and just be like, "Oh, you have flies. Give me $200 for telling you that, and then maybe I'll tell you how to get rid of them." And then I'll give him more money, and they'll be like, "Okay, the way you get rid of them is burn the house down and go somewhere else." If you want the link, I can send it to you. I mean, you can. My dogs would probably eat it and die, though, because my dogs have no boundaries whatsoever. We had one of those liquid fly traps that just has the bait in it that attracts flies, and then they go into the little bottle trap, and then they literally go into the bait, which is just liquid, and then they just drown themselves basically. And so we had that in our bathroom killing flies, and we came home one day and our house smelled terrible. Oh, it worked. But our house smelled terrible because one of our dogs ate the fucking thing. They were kind enough to leave the remnants, like the bottle, but they ate the flies. Oh, God, man, I want to puke now. But they did. And my dog, Abby, she like, her breath stank. And she sleeps with us. And she's like breathing on me. And I'm like screaming at her because that shit is nasty. Fortunately, this stuff is like non-toxic and there's no like poison to it or anything. Dude, I hate being mean to her, but I had to be mean to her just to get her to get the hell away from me. Because she just wanted to like love up on me. And I'm like, dude, you are impossible right now. You know? Absolutely impossible. There's an email to that dog too, by the way. Where's the email at? Goofy Abby. Yeah, that derpy ass dog right there. I guess it's on the streamer. I can like blow it up or whatever. I have to bring up chat though on an actual browser. And hope I don't duplicate audio. She is a sweet dog. She is absolutely one of the sweetest dogs I have ever seen or heard about. But her breath stank like a mother. Definitely looks like the kind of dog. This is a retired service dog. She is so intuitive, but she ate a damn fly trap. She's a full boxer. She's a full breed boxer. But she is so intuitive and she's so chill. Jesse, why are you here drunk, dude? I thought I banned you, by the way. Maybe that was in a different channel. Maybe that's probably in Gunpowder's channel. That's racist, Chucky. Just kidding. It's like before this football season, nobody saw a white quarterback before either. Sorry. Couldn't help it. Really couldn't. Thank you guys for being here, though, man. I just didn't feel like playing anything tonight, but I still felt like streaming, and I'm glad I decided to do this. Just have a little chat, man. I got to do this more often, honestly. You guys are great. You guys are awesome to talk to. You're not just viewers, and I'm not just a gamer playing a game. You guys are really nice people. I enjoy our conversations here. Even when I'm making like fun of you. Look at that. Does that look weird when I do that? That's the fly swatter up close. I use the bathroom though, y'all. So I'll be back. Maybe not. My kid just went in there. Okay, well, I'll just piss myself. You really have, actually. I noticed that. You just so. You're just so, like. It just doesn't even affect you. You just move on. It's just great. What is this song? This is like so mellow right now. It's gonna put me to sleep. It's just Scoop trying to make me cry again. I know. It's a talent, really. Not everybody can do this. Not everybody. I still got my little the bright thingy over there in the back. That's my fly zapper I still got over here, which I was gonna move because I'm afraid that I'm actually contributing to the problem at my desk by attracting them with that thing, and then they get distracted by my screens and everything else that's going on over here in the lights. You know, I can't. It's at a slope. I can't really hang it up above my head. I can't really hang it anywhere over here. I was trying to figure out where to hang it. I think it's bright as hell though. We got one. I got 4 of those things, dude. I think the kid might be out of the restroom now. I'm about to piss my shorts. All right, guys, I'll be back in just a second. Enjoy the ads. Unless you're a subscriber, then enjoy the clips. I'm back. What do you mean ad starts? Didn't it just finish running an ad? Taught me well. I was doing that before Outlaw even knew what ATS was, okay? I guarantee you it. I guarantee it. How you doing, Tiger? If anything, Outlaw learned it from me. Okay? If anything. How y'all doing, man? So, was Jesse talking to me while I was taking a piss? Because that's weird. You're the teacher, and I am the student. And there comes another fly. You know, one of these days, these flies are not going to bother me anymore. And I'm probably going to be sad because look how much empty chat space I was able to fill up today with just flies. I mean, it's pretty impressive if you ask me. I gotta text the wife. I don't know if she's still awake or not, but kid's complaining of a tummy ache. Which, I mean, honestly, she had the urinary tract infection and then she got antibiotics that she didn't finish, that she still has a couple of. But what's funny is she was having nosebleeds really bad, like just random nosebleeds, and so they did a CT on her, and the CT found that basically the reason for her nosebleeds were a sinus infection. So she was on an antibiotic for both, and so I doubt that either resolved because she should have finished the antibiotics like a week ago. And all right, later, Jesse, go sober up and do me a favor. If you come in here drunk again, I'm just gonna ban you. You got some stuff you gotta work out, dude, and I don't necessarily want to work out my chat. But yeah, they did a CT on her, and she has sinus infection. Is the assumed cause of the nosebleeds. Which since that diagnosis or whatever, she hasn't, at least not to my knowledge, she hasn't had any. Yeah. Well, then she was upset today because the outfit, her dance recital, because she's in tap dance, is coming up, and they had their like dress rehearsals, and she doesn't like her outfit. And honestly, I don't blame her for not liking her outfit. But the point of this story here is the fact that she was pretty upset earlier because of it, and it could have something to do with her stomach not feeling great. But she was very upset. And I mean, honestly, I'm super proud of her. And I mentioned this to Outlaw earlier for wanting to dress modestly and not dress like these hoes out here. And I'm super happy at that. But at the same time, if she's going to be in dance, I mean, I think it just gets worse from here. Yeah, this year's been pretty rough. I mean, it's preteen stuff, man. It's just like this. It's just a constant roller coaster with girls. And like I just feel helpless half the time because I don't know what to do. Mom's a genius here. Switching to mobile. Outlaw. I made an alt account earlier called Outhouse Torn 14 to add to my ever growing list of alt accounts. No, I didn't say that on Twitch. I don't know what you're talking about. It was a good time. It really was. Old Black Label Society for yo ass. So do you have to make a new email every time you make an account? How do you remember all this information? I am a genius, Gunpowder. That is how I remember all this information. I think I've banned one or two of those at Scotty's too. I don't think I could chat in Scotty's if you banned any of them because it IP bans along with it. And I'm static IP customer. I actually told Outlaw exactly how I achieved this earlier, Gunpowder, and it's quite simple. The only thing you have to do is establish your own email domain, get an email server, create a catch-all mailbox, and just name the emails after the account, and check the catch-all email box, and you get the codes, and you get a different email every time. What's up, Reb? How you doing? You're not that smart yet. You don't have to be smart. You can just read online. It tells you how to do everything. It honestly does. Dude, I trimmed my mustache the other day and it still itches. Because it was getting in the way. Reb is pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys have been to Reb's channel. He's been playing a lot of Faz. I don't know about lately, but he was playing a lot of Faz for a bit. But I know his primary game was the Hunter Call of the Wild. He's a professional at that game. One of my daytime lurks for sure. You guys be sure to give him a look-see Lou and follow and all that sort of things. I can't believe I've been just sitting here talking for like 2 hours. It's kind of weird for me. I'm an introvert, so this is really, 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 really strange right now that I've been able to go this long. That's what she said. Tipsies every so often. Yeah. Reb's cool people though. Definitely go check him out if you haven't already. Gunpowder messaged me something. I think it was what I asked for earlier. When she asked me, is the insecticide thing probably. Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thanks for that shout out there, Chucky. I appreciate it. Yeah, see, Phasmophobia. Is that some sort of backhanded compliment, bestie? Sometimes it can be hard to continue talking, but you seem great at it. The Fallout thumb. I could just like that just sounds so like I don't know, I'd say that at work at somebody being passive aggressive or something. You know? My nose itches, man. Hello, Luffy. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. We're just over here BSing. Bullshitting. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the channel. Listen to some tunes, you know, just kind of hanging out, chilling, talking about flies and insecticides and Taco Johns and children with bloody noses And what else? I don't even remember what else we've talked about tonight. Just at the backhanded compliment. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, honestly. I didn't even study up before stream tonight because usually I'll poke around the internet a little bit and look for some jokes to kind of rewrite and make my own. You know, doing some prep research. I didn't do any of that tonight. I was like, I'm probably gonna go live for like 10 minutes and just chat, and then nobody's gonna be there, and I'm just gonna end. Because usually I play a game or whatever, and I'm like, I just don't feel like playing any games. My comments are child's play compared to Goose backhanded comments. LMAO. LMAO. I take that as a compliment. I really do. Coming from you, that means a lot. It does. It really does. Song requests are on, guys. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, you can use your channel points down below. 100 channel points, not very much. And then if you are a subscriber, you can use the command !SR for song requests, artist, title, and get your songs in the queue. There are currently no real limits to it. So I have living in the South most of my life. I have some practicing to do. Well, I mean, you see, Gunpowder doesn't live in the South. As a matter of fact, Gunpowder lives right in the middle of a bunch of corn. And not the band. It's a C, not a K. But no, to be honest with you, Gunpowder's good people. I love her to death. She's awesome. I mean that from the bottom of something. I don't quite know it yet. And I don't really want to go there because that would just weird everybody out. And then we're just going to get quiet and nobody's going to say anything. And it's just going to be a thing from now on. And neither of us want that. Believe me, neither of us want that. What in the heck did you just. Okay. So the Hosier song. Saying the South is kind of known for being a bit backhanded because don't like being ugly. Yeah, like bless your heart. Dude, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Got him! Woohoo! Score! Dude, bounced off my microphone like a. If you didn't know what was going on right now, you're probably very confused at why I just whacked the shit out of the mic with a fly swatter. That was a fly that's been bugging me for 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 22 seconds. I can't even match. You can't match my energy. What are you talking about? I think I'm north in corn. I don't even think Ohio. Well, it's kind of close. It's a different 4-letter state that nobody usually cares about. I honestly think that Gunpowder might be the most famous person from there. Pickles. Idaho is not 4 letters. I said 4 letters. I said 4 letters. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What's up, Outlaw? I missed you greatly because Gunpowder was trying to backhand compliment the crap out of me, and I can't believe you weren't here to witness such a travesty. I said potatoes, goof. I said Ohio and then corrected myself. Maybe this is why I'm the Lord of the Flies all of a sudden. I don't know. Thank you for the bits, though. I really do need to turn that up. So I know that nobody's football fans in here. So, but I have a troll to share with you. One of the greatest trolls in the history of American sports to ever occur. It is going to occur in week 1 of this NFL season. My beloved Philadelphia Eagles will be hosting the hated Dallas Cowboys in Philly for week 1 on Thursday Night Football to start the season. That means our hated, bitter rival, the Dallas Cockroaches, has to sit there pre-game where they talk all this shit about their Super Bowls that they won back in like the 1800s or something. Has to sit there and watch us put up one of our Super Bowl banners because we just won. I'm a huge footy ball fan. Go footy ball. Footy ball. Yay. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan and I just offended you, good. My ass hurts sitting in this chair. BRB. I'm sorry. Your sister is? How is that even possible? See, my fan is just weird because I was raised in Tennessee. So if I lived in Oregon, even though I was born in Missouri, I was in Green Bay. You know, I could stomach Green Bay. Yeah. I mean, I live in the Dallas area and I hate the Cowboys. I've been a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I haven't lived in Dallas my whole life. I also haven't lived in Philadelphia. I grew up in Southern California and Oklahoma, basically. And I just always liked the Eagles, man. They were my team. Green was my favorite color. It just worked. Because I'm sure her drunk friends are, so she is. That's fair. Usually that happens. And I'm a troll, which I'm told that Philadelphia Eagles fans are not exactly known for being nice people. And so I wear that like a crown. I love being an asshole. Go Eagles. Why didn't I choose the Jets? So the thing is, like, the Jets suck. Like, there's a reason they're called the Jets. The Jets stand for just endure the suffering. But honestly, okay. You remember the Jets? Exactly. I mean, yeah, make a good point, Floofy. Mind if I call you Floofy? I don't know if that's what you want to actually go by, but I saw that in your name. I was like, oh, that's easy. He lives in Delaware. Well, Delaware is right there. Like, Delaware is closer to the Eagles Stadium than most of Pennsylvania. The Bears, dude, on Black Friday, the Bears and Eagles play. Those are the only 2 games I know of that have been announced so far for the season. Is the opener and Black Friday game. But yeah, honestly, it was October. I think it was October 6th of 1988 that I lived in California, in LA, Long Beach, or Pico Rivera. I can't remember. And I loved football. I was getting really into it. And I didn't really have a team, you know. I just liked the game. I started playing with friends at school, right? My pops is a huge Beard fan. Well, I'm glad that I happen to have one, but that's not a football team, outlaw. I'm the best player in the Browns. I take him to the Super Bowl every day. Yep. Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. But October 1988, you know, in California back in you didn't see the Eagles at all ever. I was watching Monday Night Football. They were playing the Giants on Monday Night Football. And Randall Cunningham made this a crazy play. Randall Cunningham, the quarterback for the Eagles. And I was like, they're green. They played awesome. I mean, they beat the crap out of the Giants in that game. And I've been a fan ever since. So much pain and suffering, and then 2 Super Bowls. And these days, it's not so bad being a Birds fan. I know this season will pass, as they often do. But it's kind of nice to still be here. Is this the crap that Gunpowder requested? She went to fix her ass problem and left us with whatever this is. This is probably one of those songs you have to listen to the words to. I'm still listening. Don't call me a heifer. The Green Bay fan is when we were Super Bowl against the Patriots, sniped from us by the Falcons. I mean, but Green Bay, you guys literally have the trophy is named after arguably the best coach in the history of the league, Vince Lombardi. Which, by the way, a little bit of history. In 1960, Vince Lombardi only ever lost one postseason game in his career. And it was in 1960 in the NFL Championship against the Philadelphia Eagles. Look it up. I know my history. I know my team very well. All the way back to when they were founded in 1933 and kind of a little bit beyond, because there was another team in the Philadelphia area before that went bankrupt. That was purchased, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, to form the Philadelphia Eagles in 1933. Not the oldest team in the NFL, but definitely one of the older ones for sure. Watch my dad's game on. What about the NFC Championship game in 2014? I don't know. You tell me. I didn't say anything about 2014. I don't know who played in that championship game. I don't know. What's up, Cliff? How you doing, man? Good seeing you. Thanks for coming to the chat, dude. Cliff's another streamer guy you guys will want to check out. Green Bay versus the Seahawks. It's going, Cliff. It is definitely going. It's going well. We'll just put it that way. Like, last 10 minutes, we came back and took an OT. You're a Seahawks fan, if I remember correctly, Chucky. You got a beard too. Nice. Actually, it's just a filter. I don't really have a beard. I remember I got into a beef with this dude in Nevada over pyramids. But yeah, as I was saying, with this dude tried to say the Luxor in Vegas was better than the Bass Pro Shop pyramid. Did you know that the Bass Pro Shop pyramid in Memphis used to be like an arena? And I actually had a friend whose boyfriend boxed there. 2014, apparently the Seahawks beat somebody. Was that pre or post beast mode? You go like, yeah. Lynch in the background. Yeah. Pigeon Forge area. Didn't they just have a massive earthquake down there? Yeah, for the Memphis Bears, some boxing. Tyson fought there once. Yeah, I had a buddy that a friend. Well, I call him a buddy. I didn't really know him that well, but I have no clue. They did just have an earthquake there. It was like a 4-point something. That was prime beast mode. Oh, the Packers. I think it was the Packers. Who are you a fan of, Cliff? I won't tell you who I'm a fan of. I wouldn't dare mention it here who I'm a fan of, but yeah, we might have a Super Bowl here recently or something. I don't remember. Hasn't there been a lot of earthquakes happening? Yeah, maybe the end is near. Maybe that's what it is. Gunpowder. Bestie. Now it's a Bass Pro Shop, so all the better than the Viper's Den that is Vegas. Listening to football talk. By now, Outlaw, I've talked so much football in this stream. You should have an idea by now of something. Football is pretty easy to get into. You're a Giants fan? Ew. Man. My bad, homie. Sorry about Saquon. Sorry about Saquon. Okay. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm going to tell you a story about the Giants because I remember like in around 2000 I hated the Giants so much, dude. But we're talking about football, Chucky. We were talking about football. Because I remember Jim Fossil. It just seemed like every time we played y'all, we couldn't beat you. And it made me so freaking angry, man. And then finally we did, and it was like not a big deal anymore. But there was like a period of time where it just felt like we just couldn't get past y'all. Yeah, and Jim Fossil, rest his soul. I hated that dude so much. Tom Coughlin. I was surprised when they hired Tom Coughlin after what went down in Jacksonville. But they did and it worked out, obviously. No, wait, hang on. I'm not an Eagles fan at all. Not even a little bit. Yes, I'm an Eagles fan. Sorry. I was going to pull down either my Eagles helmet or some of my memorabilia or my 1,000 jerseys or my Brian Dawkins signed helmet or my flag that's actually on the wall behind me, behind the green screen. I have a full-size helmet over here. I've got some others. Yeah. We were actually talking. That was specifically for drug dealer sim streams, that particular one. But yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. And we were just talking about when I became an Eagles fan back in 1988. Coincidentally, watching them on Monday Night Football playing the Giants. Who was it that tried to tackle? Who was I know it was I can't think of his name right now. What was this? What was this? No, that wasn't it. God, what was that guy's name? See, I can always tell who's in it. You want to know the crazy Cliff? You want to know what the craziest thing about me being a Philadelphia Eagles fan is? The craziest thing about me being a Philadelphia Eagles fan is the fact that I haven't always lived here. I lived like 45 minutes, not even that long, really, maybe 30 to 40 minutes from the cesspool in Arlington, Texas. Lawrence Taylor was amazing. Lawrence Taylor is, yeah. It was so cool seeing him in Any Given Sunday too. But yeah. Who was that tried to tackle him? It's October 1988. No. God, I wish I could just find somewhere that just says it. The cesspool in Arlington. It's like, I call it Cockroach Kingdom also. Actually, I don't think I've ever called it Cockroach Kingdom. I call the team there the Cockroaches all the time, but Cockroach Kingdom is actually brand new. Carl Banks. Giants Pro Bowl linebacker Carl Banks dove into Cunningham's legs at the 10, tripping Cunningham off his feet and appearing to tackle him for a loss. Incredibly, the 6'4" Cunningham, bracing the turf with his left hand, managed to keep his knees off the ground and sprung back to his feet. That single play made me a freaking Eagles fan. I lived in Southern California at the time. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, I watched that. I'd just gotten into football. You know, I was around 10 years old. And I watched that play, and green was already my favorite color, and it was just like, it just worked, man. And for the next like 30 years or whatever, until we like started becoming good when we got Andy Reid, it was a terrible existence. Of course, Buddy Ryan was great those days, but it was like we always came up short, right? Weirdly, green is my favorite color. It was funny too, is my pickup truck. I got a really nice Dodge Ram Limited out my driveway. Is actually Patriot Blue is the color, but it's freaking gorgeous, man. I always tell people the reason I got that truck was specifically so some cockroach fan didn't buy it and put one of those disgusting stars on it and just ruin the thing forever. Because you know that's what would have happened. You know, that's just how the, I would say, cookie crumbles, but I don't have any cookies, so. They really outstars on they yeah, they do. I've got an Eagles emblem. It's funny because like I'm usually like the Cowboys fans around here talk so much crap all the time, right? I mean, like all the time, except for like this last like 2 years, man. It's like they're just quiet. It's like they're just so quiet. It's like they see me wearing like one of like my Jalen Carter jersey or my Lane Johnson jersey or my Jalen Hurts jersey or my Saquon or my, you know, one of the million jerseys I have, or my Cunningham or my Chuck Bednarik or one of those. And like before they would like talk so much crap to me, but now it's like they just look at me and they're just defeated, man. They're just defeated. Jerry Jones has beat the shit out of these people and they have nothing. I live in New York and they're unbearable here. I think they're generally unbearable everywhere. I remember, so I went to Philly. And this is how much I dislike the Cowboys. Okay. So I live in Dallas, basically. I flew to Philly at the end of December to watch the Cowboys and Eagles game in Philly. And on December 29th, and we took an Amtrak up to New York on New Year's Day. And I'm decked out in Eagles stuff, right? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? That was an Eagles trip. and just walk around New York. Of course, it's pretty packed. You know, it's New Year's Day. It's not New Year's Eve. You know, we went intentionally after New Year's Eve to go down to Times Square and stuff. And I got so many Go Birds. Like, it kind of warmed a poor feller's heart, to be honest with you. It really did. It really did. It was really a good time too, because that was a good day. Just don't troll me. I mean, just don't be a jerk. I mean, if you troll me a little bit, I'm not gonna get upset. I just don't want to listen to 30 minutes of Baby Shark or something. I mean, if it's overly vulgar, I mean, the rules are kind of there if you put in the song request, but I'm not a troll, not at all. I'm just getting to know you, Cliff, and just by your statement right there, I am not afraid to call you a liar. I'm not afraid one bit. Damn it, Outlaw. I'm going to ban you, dude. Well, so much for streaming tonight. I will see y'all later. I will be back never. Bye. Just kidding. I'm not leaving. Just kidding. He removed it, okay? He put the gun down. It's no longer at my head. That is some shit that I would do. Why do you think I have that rule? I know. I'm the troll. I'm the one that does it. Nobody knows better than the troll what trolls do. Would you not agree? That's why I did. I know that's why you did it. Because I just said that. That's why you did that. And you know what's sad about that is I wouldn't even have removed it. I would have just sat there and I would have took my medicine and that would be it. Welcome back, Floofy. Thanks for watching those ads. It's a heck of a way to support the stream. I appreciate it. I don't own a troll cult. I am solo. Of course, my daughter, she's probably more of a troll than I am. If we're being honest. She may already be more. I'm one of those respectful fans, mostly because I used to play football. I played in high school too, man. Like, I don't get like crap, even with the cockroach fans. Exactly, in Casa. He knows. I have a PS5 Pro, for crying out loud. Did that get the right song there, Floofy? Okay, cool. This is one of my favorite Metallica songs, though. I remember when this song came out. You didn't tell them at McDonald's it didn't count. Also, fans are out of control. Fans are out of control. Defensive end, defensive tackle. I played some defensive tackle. I was mainly a center and offensive guard. I was very quick on my feet. I always feel like if I was like 5 inches taller, I probably would have played in the NFL. I know that's probably tooting my own horn more than it needs to be tooted, but I really believe that. We lost 3 games when I was in high school. No, we lost 4 games. We lost 3 in the playoffs, and we lost 1 in the regular season. We never won a state championship. Like, we understand the game a little bit more. The trenches are where it's at, though, man. That's where the game is really won and lost. I mean, you could talk about your skill positions all day. But you, me, soft tacos, and subwoofers. What is happening right now, Floofy? Is this some sort of... Are you trying to hypnotize me with some sort of trance something? I don't hate it. Can't understand a word he's saying though. That's just a burrito that didn't get rolled up properly and didn't get the proper amount of ingredients. Because if you didn't put burrito ingredients into a burrito and you decide to half-ass it and just call it a taco, then you, sir, have a problem. We eat toast. Those are Mexican pizzas. Get it right, bestie. You know the rule here, okay? I do like burritos. That's what she said. I mean, it's literally, it's right there in the chat. She did say it. Right? Exactly, Outlaw. Exactly. You like that emote a lot, don't you, Gunpowder? You use that a lot with me for some reason. We hear Ruby for the first time, the first guy. It depends on the burrito, but I generally agree with that statement, Outlaw. Yes, burritos. Yes. I do like some burritos. Usually the songs I don't understand, I like to go back and like pull up lyrics for them. Because I always like to understand what the artist is trying to convey to his audience. No matter what genre music it is, honestly, I listen to everything. Even polka, apparently, thanks to Gunpowder. Everything can be turned into a burrito if you try hard enough. We were at McDonald's the other day, right? And we were eating in the kids area because I have a kid, and the kid's playing, and like this little kid comes over. We're, the bathroom's just like right there, but the bathroom's like locked, and he's like trying to open the door, but there's like a storage closet next to him. And so like his mom comes and grabs him and starts saying, I'm going to, she's going to take him to the bathroom actually in the restaurant rather than the one in the play area. And the kid's like trying to get to the storage closet because he's like, I go to this bathroom. And she's like, that's not a bathroom. That's not a bathroom. And I'm thinking to myself, anything could be a bathroom. It's just the cleanup afterwards is different. You know? Have you ever thought that? Did you play in the ball pit go down the plastic slide? But they didn't have a ball pit. Are we talking about this instance or just in general? Good idea. Their lyricism is nice, just a little heavier in themes. But recently they chopped a surprise with their latest album. They're all recovery from addiction and violence. That's cool. They used to be super blasphemous, but in the last song, they were pretty much announced their return to Christianity. That's really cool, actually. That everything you said there piques my interest, like, extremely. Also, don't make me think about the god-awful hygiene that is a ball pit. That is disgustingly true. Anything can be anything if you accept the consequences. Also true. See, Gunpowder, you said you weren't smart, and then you come and say something like that. So you are smart. You just don't give yourself enough credit. That's a good song too, Chucky. And Mama Goof just played that on stream last time too. Like, I'm trying to cut out. So like, I've talked to you guys about this a ton of times. Because I'm trying to get really better about my tongue, about watching myself really just curse words. Because I cuss like a sailor and a truck driver and whatever else cusses a lot. I do that. That's the nicest thing you've said all month. And are you sure just the month? I was thinking more like the year, man. But I checked the box for this year. I've said one nice thing to Gunpowder and I'm done. I've done my part. That's all I have to do to achieve bestie greatness, right? That's all I really have to do. This is such a good song though. It's a little slow, but it's a good song. I finished my story. The kid, I was thinking to myself, I mean, the conclusion was that it could be a bathroom if whatever. I don't even remember now. Oh, that part. No, I was watching. I am trying to watch how I eat, but I'm not doing a very good job of that. No, I'm trying to watch my tongue. I'm trying to watch my language, my use of curse words, and taking the Lord's name in vain and all that stuff. Because I really don't like that. I really don't like doing that. And I've struggled with it now for quite a while. But yeah. Oh man, I'm getting tired. It's almost midnight. It's 11:39 p.m. Central. I have a lot of self-control over cursors, but I try to be respectful. I've taken my face a bit more seriously. Me too, Floofy. Honestly, last few years, really, I got into a good discipleship program at my church. That's really helped me with spiritual growth a lot. And I was actually talking about this a little bit. I touched on a little bit before chat. Before. What am I saying, man? My words aren't even working. I pressed enter early. No worries. But out of context, those words weren't around in the time of Christ, but I do refrain from using them. Well, my thing about it, Chucky, though, is it's like if I'm going to be put into a position to speak publicly, like we are here, and I want to glorify my Father, Jesus, God. How does it look if I'm over here like spouting these words that are tend to be of unclean origins or something? You know what I'm saying? I personally am going to attending an orthodontist in my town when I can. Really, well, that's cool, man. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Honestly, it's definitely a blessing to hear that. I'm actually going to be recording a testimony, my testimony, and it's going to be presented at some point in Pastor Dustin's Twitch channel. I haven't recorded it yet. I'm still trying to come up with even what to say. I just need to get on camera one day and just start spitting the story. But that's the plan anyway. So once that comes out, I'm going to be sending out some links in Discord. If you guys are interested. Pastor Dustin's a good guy. He doesn't live very far from me, maybe like an hour and a half, and he's actually a youth pastor that streams, plays video games, just like the rest of us. Streams from the church. He's a really cool guy, though. This is his channel. If you're curious of what the heck I'm saying, let's do a shout out for him. Yeah, he's playing Chrono Trigger, which is, it's cool. He's played Doom. He plays Souls games and all kinds of stuff. But he usually does like a Bible reading every day. He does prayer requests. I primarily identify as Baptist. Pastor Dustin is more evangelist. But I tend to be Baptist. I guess you could say the frozen chosen. Start hollering in church and stuff. It's kind of like I'm not like crazy about the Baptists because they've always like bugged the crap out of me. But the group that I'm with now doesn't seem to bug the crap out of me. But part of me looking back believes that that might have been the the enemy trying to get me away from it. Before and then when I came back, I found Orthodox. Nice. I don't know what half that stuff means. I just know that I got baptized in a Baptist church and I was saved in a Baptist church in California back in 92 or 93, back in Long Beach, California. And sat there in like spiritual stuckness until roughly about 2022 when I joined a discipleship program. Actually, honestly, my daughter's school brought it back because when she was heading into kindergarten in 2020 during COVID, really the height of COVID, and we didn't know how kindergarten's supposed to work. Going to do you just like do naps on Zoom? Like how does that even work, right? And so we started researching alternate to public school. We found a pretty reasonably priced private Christian school, so we sent her there as part of a ministry of a church, and so we started going to church there too. We became members of the church. I got in the discipleship program. I started to grow tremendously spiritually. I started learning my Bible, started reading the Bible. Outlaw, brother, thanks for being here, dude. I always appreciate you, brother. Get some rest, dude. I don't know if you're streaming tomorrow or not, but hope to see if you are. And if not, get some rest, dude. Just take care of yourself. Hey, thanks for that follow. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, so I started growing spiritually, and now I'm doing multiple daily devotions. I'm doing different Bible games to keep myself kind of sharp on the word. I don't pray as much. I need to do more outright prayer, honestly. That's like the thing I'm missing the most. I just feel like I'm still in like that stage where I feel like I'm like, God's got to be so busy. Why am I trying to talk to him? What am I going to talk to him about? So I'm kind of struggling there a little bit. I mean, I was, I'm terrible at like public prayer and I want to be better at it. And I think I just need to just kind of just do it. You know what I mean? So, but those are my struggles, and I'm trying to get better about, using poor language. Guys, also, Outlaw is another streamer. Outlaw's a fantastic streamer. He's a wonderful human being, good friend of mine. Give him a follow, please. There's his link there. Hit the follow button. You will not regret it. I promise you that. Super cool guy. Plays a lot of different stuff. He did do American Truck Simulator today. He does a lot of like Souls types games and stuff like that. So be sure to give him a follow, please. Reading scripture. I suck at reading, but I've been trying to keep my prayer rules, some Thanksgiving, some confession, some. I'll try to hit my work through the day to cross. That's awesome, dude. It's floofy. That's amazing. So like Baptists, like we're independent fundamental Baptists. And I think one of the things I struggle with the most is they're hardcore into the King James Bible. And it's just so freaking hard to read, man. It is so hard to read. And so I bought a what was it, the Living Translation Bible? How can we think we're hopeless? Christ rose from the dead, raised the dead, cast out demons, healed the lame. But our problems, our situation is too much for him to have. That's how I feel, man. I'm like, dude, this guy's like, this is literally God. I mean, I'm over here and I'm like, God, please let there be one more peanut at my Snickers bar. It's like so, like like what? I mean, that's what it feels like, not like literally praying that, but like that's what it feels like. Like just something totally, I didn't know the word for it. I know there's a word for it, but yeah, I try. They had the thing about like the five fingers where you pray like I forgot how it goes, man. My mentor at the church taught me this, and I need to look up because I have it in my notes here. Yeah, it's like okay, so it's like let me see. You may know this though. So it's the thumb, right? It's the thumb is the first finger that we use is the thumb because it's the closest finger. For this reason, it is a reminder to pray for those closest to you, your family, and your close friends. Examples: mom, dad, brother, sister, grandmother, best friend. Pointer finger, this guy in the thing. Next, the pointer finger is what we use a pointed thing. This helps us to remember to pray for people who point us in the right direction: teachers, coaches, other leaders. Middle finger, this is the tallest finger, and this reminds us to pray for our leaders or those over us. Example, our pastors, our bosses, supervisor, government leader, and government leaders. You have your ring finger. The fourth finger is the ring finger, is the weakest finger. This reminds us to pray for those that are weak or in need. And then you have the pinky finger, the last finger, and the smallest finger. This finger reminds us to pray for ourselves and our own needs last. I thought that was really cool. That does not look like what you requested. Christ called man his friends and really wanted us to be perfect like your father said, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to remember. So you could do exclamation point remove, and I will add your song manually in Spotify to the queue. As soon as I find my Spotify. So you requested the number you have dialed. Yeah. You just play the song. Okay, I added it next to the queue, so it'll play next. But you don't have to spend more points on it. It'll play. Many things that drew me to Orthodox, their view of salvation and our relationship with the Lord is just so beautiful and traditional. It's so filled with richness and history, spanning centuries. So it fills me with warmth. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't know much about like Orthodoxy or like my wife was Catholic, and when we got together, I'd went through a divorce, and she was like not in she was not in what do they call it in the Catholic Church? I can't even think of the word, man. My brain is just terrible today. um I don't remember what it's freaking called. What in the hell did this just not in communion? That's exactly it. Thank you for that. She was not in communion because obviously she's like married me. And I'm not Catholic, and so I was like, well, I'll just convert to Catholic because what's the big deal? They're all like all the religions are basically the same. But I went to Catholic church with her a few times. I don't mean to make fun of the Catholics, to be honest with you, but to me, the Catholic Church was nothing more than an hour long or longer guilt trip to where you're made to just stand up and sit down a million times, and then by the time you're done, you're convinced that you're going to hell, but you don't have the energy left to even get there. I'm sorry if you're Catholic, if that offends you, but I think it's funny, personally. But yeah, I was gonna convert to Catholic for Catholic because her parents are Catholic also, and but they wanted me to like rehash my divorce, and my divorce was pretty long and ugly, and rehashing that probably would have not been a good thing, right? And so I just wasn't gonna do it. And then we started going to a cowboy church in Texas, and we really started out really good at the cowboy church, very denominational. But then like it started to get kind of culty because like the pastor suddenly was like, the Lord spoke to me and told me, and it's like he stopped preaching the Bible, and it was like, okay, we're not going here anymore. It was pretty far from our house anyway, and we were turning up our car to get there. And so then the school thing happened with my kid, and that's when we found our current. My family is heavily SEI on my mom's side and Catholic on my dad's side. When it comes to denomination, I explain to people it doesn't matter the details of how we do things. This is the goal to be like Jesus. Yeah, I mean it's true. It's 100% true. But then like the Catholics, like they have like addition, like almost like the Mormons, they have like additional books to the Bible, and there's this whole idolatry around the Pope that I'm just not down with, and with Mary, and it's like I don't, I just don't feel it, you know. Out of the great schism that birthed Catholics, we had some disputes over theology, and when it comes to the whole you're going to hell thing, we don't have the distinction of mortal sin and stuff, and we focus a lot more on repentance because God knows the hearts. That's good, and I tend to agree with that. I would say, like, I don't see the benefit of like confession to another flawed human being. My confessions are to the Lord. I admit my sins. I ask to be forgiven from the Lord, not from another human being. I don't. It doesn't really work for me. It's not what's written. But then there's the whole dispute about what's written and why it's written here and what, you know. There's so much you can go into with it, but you get down to the basics, like, you know, the Gospels. I mean, most things are pretty cut and dry. I think personally. I mean, if it's wrong and it feels wrong, it's the Holy Spirit telling you it's wrong. If it's right and it feels right, it's the Holy Spirit telling you it's right. Once you've been born again, yeah. Yeah, seriously, Chucky. Seriously. All I know, I could tell you one thing for absolute certain about any of this. I don't know that much about theology. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about theology. I I just know that I love Jesus Christ. I chose him to be my savior, and I will not deny him before any man. And that's just the end of it, right? And you know, we're born, you know, we're born again of the blood. We're not bound by the law, you know, that the Jews had to hold up. But since I do love the Lord, it is in my heart to at least attempt to follow his laws, as much as I fail every day, multiple times a day, multiple times an hour. You know, that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? I think that's probably where I'm going to stay for a while. I mean, there's not really that much to it when it comes down to it. The rest of it, you know, I'm not going to lean on my own understanding. That's in the book. Everybody knows that one, right? And so, someday I might know if we get to that point and we're blessed with that knowledge. I have a lot of things I would like to know, but they're not things that I would necessarily use to discredit the circumstance. Saying sorry, and that's another thing, Chucky, too. Is that's probably one of the hardest things to do is to try to take the grace that you've been given by the Lord and turn around and give that same grace to another human being, especially when they've done you so wrong. It's really difficult, but it's amazing once you get to where you can do that, because it's like once you can do that, it's like nobody on the human side of things can touch you. You're like a different level at that point. I go deep into theology mostly because I find covering and wrapping myself around in the knowledge of the early Christians that's awesome, dude. Luffy, that's great. I mean, some people, I got the New Living Translation. I actually got 2 copies of that Bible. I got one from Way FM, the radio station, called the I got them right here. I mean, this is one. It's called the Help Finder Bible, and it's just got a lot of additional commentary to it. I can't see my camera, so I don't know if you can see this very well. I may go ahead and just go here. And so that, this one, it's a good book. It's got a lot of extra commentary to help you, you kind of look up things that you're dealing with, and then I have my Every Man's Bible, which is the same translation, but it has more stuff for basically what we deal with as men. More commentary around that. Then I'm also reading these 2 larger commentaries. Hey, that's what I read. Weren't you the one that told me about this Bible? I think you were the one that told me about this Bible. That's why I went and got it. Of course, I've bought this Bible for people. So I've turned around and got that for a few people. I got a stack of freaking books over here that I've been reading. And I'm about to drop a bunch of crap on the floor if I try to mess with it too much. And then, of course, that looks familiar, right? Right, Chucky? That one does? You're with the green screen. I haven't been reading this one every day, but I open it up to the day every now and then. And I got another devotional that we read. That I read. And then if you want a super good Bible commentary, this was kind of expensive, but it was worth it. The Wordsworth Bible commentary. So this is it's a huge book, man. This is the Old Testament one, and this is the New Testament version. They come. You could buy them separately, or they come together. They're like $80 on Amazon. What's up, Ajax? They're coming to take me away. Hey, they're coming to take me away. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. We're just talking about Bible stuff. Is it diet to the world? Yeah, exactly. I made beers, Ajax. We were just me and Chucky were actually talking about you a while back because we realized that me and Chucky, I didn't even realize he was in Smoking Tacos like community basically. I've slept 2 hours in the last 38, so I'm a bit off. That's fair. Sounds like some stuff I'd be doing just on purpose because I'm dumb. But yeah, the Wordsworth Bible commentary. This is a really really good commentary. But it is very. I mean, it is huge. There's a lot to read. Yeah, Tricky 482 used to come to Taco's place. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all staying here and chatting with me tonight, though, man. I honestly I didn't expect the stream to even go this long. We've been almost on for 3 hours, and usually that requires me to play a game, and well, we're not playing a game. You guys feel free to join any of the socials. There's the Discord. I put all my VODs on YouTube. There's 4-ish years worth of content on YouTube. It's just Twitch. It's just Twitch VODs in their full uncut length. Time to and get to know them. Yeah, I mean that's the cool part. And that's honestly, I don't do a lot of these. I think this is really the only like maybe the second one I've ever done. And I haven't chatted this much on Twitch in a while, so thank you, good sir. Well, thanks for. I mean, seriously though, I'm glad. Because I mean, I'm like, what am I gonna sit here and talk about? I'm just gonna sit here and blabber about some nonsense, or what am I gonna do? And gunpowder, you know, as much as we give each other crap, it's all in fun. I mean, I don't, you know, I hope that she knows that I don't mean anything by it. I'm just trying to make people laugh, trying to make her laugh, trying to laugh myself, you know. And I like to say off the wall stuff sometimes. I apologize. But you do need to, you know, stop being piss fingers. And it's see that's the trick, right? That's the trick right there. That's it right there. Because as soon as I gave gunpowder crap, a fly came over here. See, these are her fucking drones. I swear to you, she's messing with me. This is her. I take that back. See, Linux, I already killed Linux's drones. They're done. They're gone. Now we're dealing with gunpowder's drones. I woke up last day about 10 a.m. Then today I leave about 3:30 to the doctor's shop. Finally got back about 2 this afternoon. And now so I'm exhausted, bordering on insanity. Hey, Jax, you need to sleep, yo. I mean, seriously, just sleep. If you can. I mean, I don't know what your situation is. No. But that sounds rough. That sounds rough. So it's Alex? Is it Alex the Floofy? And I just not realizing there was a dude in here named Linux Rocks. I just went, oh. I mean, I used to be a Linux consultant professionally, a long time ago. Slackware, primarily. Primarily use like Debian now, but have you ever been? I have been, and it sucks. Yeah, I used to be subscribed. And I used to get every time there was a Slackware release, and we used to build Slackware servers for small mid-sized businesses back in my consultancy days. Linux, have a great night, dude. Take care of yourself, buddy. I think it's the insanity kicking in. Your mind starts to wonder after lacking so much sleep. I mean, you're not wrong. I've been arch using mostly because I like to build it from the ground up. That's why I like Slackware, because there wasn't a whole lot of like garbage in it. And what garbage that was in it, it wasn't just starting with the OS. You had to. It's been so long since I've even worked on Linux. It's crazy. Turnabout stayed up with me, and now 19 years old. She is in the living room having a tea party with the dog and a bunch of stuffed animals. Are the dog and the stuffed animals like? Never mind. Maybe time to get their Earl Grey and joiner. I was just gonna ask, are they actually there, or are they like? But then maybe you don't know. Feels so nice nowadays, at least from my experience. Makes it never for my programming. I feel amazing. Yeah, I don't even. I work in I work in the identity realm of information security now, and I mean I touch a little bit of Linux, but not like I used to. Get CSCU certification. Do you think it's worth it, or just another checkbox on a resume? Well, I'm never going to tell you not to get a certification because I'm a certification junkie. But certified secure computer user. See what that identifies you as. Validates a candidate's understanding of computer network security threats and their ability to protect information assets. Honestly, in this day and age, Bestie, that certificate should help you with any job within the technology world. It's very low level, very basic, but just about especially if you're trying to get a lower level job while you're going to school. I think it could be helpful. Someone that was even talking about does that to me daily. Yeah, I mean, my wife just talks to me and I don't listen. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, "What did you say?" And then she's like, annoyingly repeats herself. And then I try to remember. I probably I think she's asleep. I don't know if she's still in the channel. I'm afraid, y'all, to be honest with you. Cost me a few hundred out of pocket, but my school gives free vouchers. But if you could do it for free, I say go ahead and do it. It's not going to hurt. 100% sober, not any green except for a wine with dinner. I don't drink at all now, and I used to drink some, but I didn't drink a lot, and so I kind of came. I was just like, I don't really do this a lot anymore. I mean, I drank a lot when I was younger. I never smoked or anything. I smoked cigarettes. I never smoked like other stuff. Except for once. I tried it once. I just didn't really care for it. No judgments. But yeah, you drink enough for both of us anyway. But and you piss enough for both of us too. Funny enough. They had a free online you could even get the diplomas. Just mad at me and leaves the room. That's a weird way to start a conversation, isn't it, Chucky? Such a weird way. No vaping worked out today. I thought I was going to be deaded, unalived. But yeah, I just the problem is my wife sometimes starts conversations when even if I'm not talking or doing anything, and I look like I'm not talking or doing anything, but I'm like thinking about something. Unalived? Are you talking about a Francis scan? Man, I am so like. Am I just that tired? Or. What do I give? No, that makes sense. That makes sense with me. That's kind of how I was. I was like, well, I don't drink anyway. So I'm just going to call it off. I'm just going to say I don't drink anymore and just not do it. And what's crazy about that is because as soon as you make that declaration, like the enemy messes with you. Because I crave beer now, like all the time. And it's crazy. And I sit here and I watch Gunpowder drinking and I'm like fighting off the urge constantly. Other Catholics that have they're nice folk but really love their beer. Yeah, you only drink on. I mean, you're not. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it or anything. I don't drink. Trucky's like, I don't drink anymore, but I don't drink any less either. But, but yeah, I just like, I just gave it up, man. I was like, I don't do it a lot. I can't really hold my liquor anymore. I drank like 2 Michelob Ultras and I was like hammered. And I'm like, okay. And I'm diabetic and I'm on a crap load of meds anyway. So it's like, all right, I gotta, it's probably a good idea if I don't do this anymore. Do not separate me from my meetings. They will for sure take me away. Fair. I drink his wine and dinner with dinner because that's what's a good Lord drink and it pairs nice with a steak. Fair. Not drinking, I would never push onto someone else eats there. No, I get it, Gunpowder. I'm just kind of messing with you because I'm like, I'll be in a room with y'all. We'll be streaming together or whatever, and like y'all will be fucking hammered, like totally wasted. Like there'll be 6 people on the call and everybody is just hammered and high out of their minds, and I'm the sober one, and I'm the one acting crazy. I'm the one screaming. I'm the one on voice mod doing the weird voices. And it's like, can you imagine if I was drunk? It's so good. His ADHD kicks in. Wait. The whole vibe. I just start messing with people, man. I just like to make people laugh. That's all it is. I drink light beer. It's basically water, so I'm just staying hydrated. But yeah. I used to like to just have a beer every now and then, but that too, and I was wasting a lot of beer because like I'd buy like a case of beer and like drink 3, and then it would all be skunked, and then it would just have to be thrown away. Has the dog slept? Has the dog slept too, or hasn't slept, or whatever? Honestly, I look forward to you doing the on-stream chats with everyone else. I love seeing everyone. Yeah, no, it is a lot of fun. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't a lot of fun, to be honest with you. It's really a good time. I know that one time I tried to do it co-streaming with you and it didn't. I don't know. I don't think it really worked, but so I'll just join your stream basically. Man, I am running out of steam. We may be calling it here in a little bit, but I really don't want to give up this great conversation with you guys. You guys are a blast to hang out with, to be honest with you. Doc slept all day and all night and day on the back of the couch, so he's good. I think he's just trying to figure out what's up with us. He's like, "Where's the drug dealer? Where's the coke dealer?" Yeah, I gotta work in the morning. I gotta call it. I guess my first call is at 9, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. We are gonna go and call it and find somebody to raid out to, though. Let me get these credits out here, man. You guys have been amazing as always. I usually stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. Those are my scheduled nights, but I do pop in on other nights when I just have time. It's usually if the wife and the kid don't want me for anything and I have the time, I'll pop in here if I feel like it. You know, I gotta obviously feel like it. I realize that I just chatted with myself there, but Floofy, thanks for the follow. We're gonna run through these. We're gonna run through these credits really quick. Give everybody their proper shout outs here. Moderators, thanks as always for helping with the channel. Thanks for the new followers that's come in. Some of those were offline. Nikki with that raid. Yeah, Dr. Greer with those bits, which reminds me I need to ping him about the question I had for him. But you guys have a blessed night. Take care of yourselves. Don't be too hard on yourselves, man. Whatever's going on is just a season, and every season passes, good or bad. So I love you guys. I will see you guys. I'll try to go live tomorrow if I'm able to, but for sure on Wednesday. Keep an eye on the Discord as well as other social media sites that I'm on. There's the link tree that has all the social media sites plus some discounts on some things if you guys are interested. And then the YouTube where I store all my VODs. The VODs are published on YouTube roughly about 36 hours after stream. And we save them all on there. So thank you guys so much. Have a good night. I guess I shall go be weird in my own Discord. Okay, Jax. Or you can join mine and be weird in there. I don't care. I'm not going to be there. It's kind of dead in there. But if you want to know when I'm canceling streams and stuff, you can be there. You're welcome. You're very welcome to join, each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much. Let me get this raid going, though. Let's find somebody. Let's see who's live. I think I may know who I'm raiding out to, but I don't know if they're still live. So let's check it out. I should have been kind of researching this before, but I didn't. So my bad, homies. Goose is still alive. Maybe we'll just well, JB's still going. All right, we're gonna go over to JB. I know there's some of you've already dipped out of here. I see my viewer count dropping, but that's cool. I'm not mad at you. JB is a good friend of mine. I'm a moderator in his channel. Many of you know him already. If you don't, give him a follow. He is a marble streamer now. He used to just be a just chatting streamer, but he's a cool guy. I've met him in person. And he doesn't live terribly too far, a few hours from me. But give him a follow. Check out his content. Play some marbles. You guys have a great and blessed night. I love each and every one of you. Peace out. Take care of yourselves.